Cap will be bringing you all the actions. We've got sick games. Mineski versus EG. Secret versus VP. Pain versus Effect.
The creme de la creme.
Just the bangers keep on coming. Our obs will be Scriff. You should always acknowledge your observer. He's
True.
a very good observer. Scriff, at Scriff, SKRFF. He's a boss. Our camera guy is Camera Guy. What's up?
10 seconds
I don't actually know you. Sorry? Cataline?
Cataline? Yeah.
Okay, that's our camera guy. That's our setup for today. Thank you for joining us. Now we get into the draft. We already have some picks and bans.
And we have a first pick, Dark Willow.
Oh yeah, we're this is DAC by the way.
Oh
If
yeah.
you didn't know. If you didn't see in the giant letters, Dota 2
Oh, hey,
Asian
they changed it.
Championships.
Dota 2 Asian Championship 2018. Oh no, there's some other tournament where it's still on the 2016 ticket.
Radiant team
I
back.
don't know what tournament that was. All right. Well, we're gonna have a. Oh, by the way, Pangolier is being banned by against Mineski pretty much for the rest of this tournament. I believe.
Ice will never touch that hero
Yeah,
again.
yeah, that won't be happening for a while.
Okay, so here's the debate: is did they use it too early?
10 seconds.
Do you
Yeah,
think-
did
like,
they
'cause-
pull that out?
Because the thing is, maybe they don't think
5
they're on the
seconds
same
remaining.
level, like they needed to do a little
Mm-hmm.
trickiness. And now they're in a position where if they win this, they're top 8 at this event.
Yeah.
They get put into a very good seed and a very good position. So maybe it was worth it.
I would also maybe postulate that they were not as confident with it either.
Yeah.
Right? They like maybe they're looking at it and they're not sure if this is the like, haha, we're absolutely gonna crush you now because we have Pangolier, right?
Come on,
Because they
man.
probably haven't practiced
It's
with
ice,
it
ice,
either.
ice.
I know it's ice, and he played a fantastic Pangolier, but maybe like just the fact that the rest of the team and everything, and you've got 71 drafting for you as well, so.
EG's
Maybe from
turn
a
to bat.
coaching perspective, he wanted to be able to
Yeah.
try this risky strategy in a relatively unrisky scenario.
71 is the funniest guy. Like, I am genuinely just entertained by him.
I love the fact that last night he always wanted to call Sumail.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? Because that means you don't have to move.
Yeah,
In
yeah.
basketball, we were playing
So we
basketball.
were playing basketball. He would always try to defend Sumail. And since
Because-
we're in this match, Sumail posts up on the 3 and doesn't move at all. Like,
He plays zero defense.
He plays 0 defense. And when you say 0, he doesn't cross the half-court line.
Yeah. He expects that his team will get the rebound and they will chuck it to him and he will throw. He gets the ball and immediately shoots.
Yeah.
He thinks he's Kobe.
In Dota, yeah, he's like, it's very similar to his Dota style. It's like,
Yes.
you know, he knows he's good at Dota, but unfortunately, it
But
doesn't
he is
translate
not
on
good
the
at
court, yeah.
basketball.
So we've got 2 picks on each side. Nyx and Disruptor for Mineski. I really don't like Nyx Assassin. I don't know if I've told you this.
Yeah.
I think as a hero, it feels very mediocre.
team pick.
You don't have a stun. That it's not really a stun because it's a stun that comes with no setup. It's not. You're like a worse Sand King in that regard.
Yeah.
Like Sand King is the stun to hold up all other stuns up against.
Instant, and it's easy to land.
Range.
Ranged. It actually serves as an escape mechanism or
Yeah.
certain things at times. Meanwhile, Nyx Assassin, really long animation, and, it's really hard to land.
So sometimes people say that when you play against Nyx, if you think about it, when you play against heroes like Nyx and Night Stalker, they can't provide enough in these team fights.
Right.
They don't threaten. Because if you just push with sentries, Nyx's
10
potential is
seconds
limited.
remaining.
But I do think that some of those issues are shored up by having Disruptor. Because
5
Disruptor
seconds
does provide you
remaining.
team fight.
Mm-hmm.
There is something to note, though, is when you have a lineup with a Disruptor and a Nyx, you have to be the ones being aggressive. Like,
Yeah.
Mineski cannot afford to take a loss in the early game too hard.
You want to be Vendetta, set up a kill, then get an extra kill off a glimpse. You don't want to be having the enemy team initiate on you.
Yeah.
But you can at least say the Nyx Assassin, very strong versus Dark Willow. Very
Yes.
strong, right? You've got an AoE stun that can hit through the Shadow Realm. You've got Spike Carapace, which she has literally all uncontrollable damage, right? She's
that's a good point.
Like the Brambles are out in the field. Her ultimate is out where
Yeah.
she can't really control that damage whatsoever. So
Radiant
you've got a lot. That being said, you also can't block back a whole lot of damage
Mm.
because Brambles is damage over time. Her ultimate is little bits of damage,
Yeah.
right, constantly. So
Oh, so we have Viper, by the way. Fear hasn't really touched Viper
10
this
seconds
tournament.
remaining.
I actually have only seen this guy play Viper, DK,
5 seconds
and I'm missing a hero, and Visage, like
Yes.
the flying dudes.
yeah.
remaining. EG's
But it's okay
turn to
because you don't have to play a lot. Oh, and that is a curveball and a half.
So the Viper looks good because of the Nyx Assassin Disruptor, like a bunch of magic damage. This is a great team fight hero.
Yeah.
But then we get Underlord, a big team fight hero, and then now we get this kind of carry invoker who doesn't give you any early team fight, but later on is one of the kind of coup de grace. Like he's one of the best team fight heroes that you can get.
So Faceless Void, a hero that they've used before in this matchup, but not a matchup that, honestly, I don't think that Void is supposed to beat Underlord. We saw Sumail beat Yang one-on-one, and Kyle made a pretty infamous quote where he says, like, Sumail wins lanes that you're not supposed to win. He just wins lanes.
Yeah.
And this has, I think, been EG's greatest strength so far. But Mineski picking up this Invoker, it's an interesting pick. I think it's because they have this aggressive combo in the Nyx and the Disruptor. But I would imagine that you would have to also pick a very aggressive one position because you need something to create space for this Invoker. Like, you can't just allow this Invoker to get gone on. I really liked how SECC said it. He said, when you play Invoker, you have so much dead net worth. You could be #1 in net worth, but you'll do the least impact in the game. And so you have to get this guy safely to the mid and late game where he becomes a monster.
So it's important for him to have like a strong laning phase. It's important for you to get him Sunstrike kills. They do kind of have that, right? Nyx Assassin is a great combination hero with the Invoker because I feel like so often, especially the support Nyx Assassin, you just are lacking that extra nuke worth of damage to be able to kill someone solo. Now you've got this global presence from the Sunstrike.
They really like this combo, by the way, AA Faceless Void. I think it's because it's a kill combo. When you pick Void and you don't have like something that immediately bursts inside the Chrono, I think
it's the same thing as Nyx, right? You're just short on damage, so you need that extra boost.
That was my least favorite part about Navi's Faceless Void, by the way.
Yeah.
Is oftentimes they would roll up with the Faceless Void and there'd be no follow-up damage. And so it forced what's his name? Crystallize into a position where he had to go like Shadow Blade, Battle Fury. He had to just build a bunch of DPS items before he could get something like a BKB.
Right.
But Sumail is under no sort of restriction in a game like this.
Have we talked about the fact that it's going up against an Invoker as well?
Yeah.
Time dilation, really powerful against that hero.
Yeah. Invoker needs a lot of items in this game to be very good.
Yeah.
I should note, though, I think Mineski is starting to come into their own again. They're playing very dominant, which should be scary for a team like, what is it, Fnatic? Fnatic Express, like, that is a very crowded C field with TNC, Mineski, Fnatic.
And then some of the other tier 2 C teams, I've heard, like, you know,
they're getting
feels
better.
Like they could actually just take out one of the tier 1 teams in a lot of these qualifiers.
The C region is really weird because we used to look down on them. Like, even from, I don't even know why North America ever looked down on them. But remember, there was always this thing like C doesn't deserve a lot of spots. And then they magically get top 4 at every TI or something.
Yeah. And then, and the funny thing is you go even farther back in history and C was, like, really revered. They were one of the best scenes, right? It was like C, China, like no one could touch those two.
Yeah. So I think Southeast Asia is a very good scene overall. A lot of passionate fans too. I'd imagine some of them are here to support Mineski. And speaking of, I think it helps having 71, a very veteran guy who used to work with eHome. They're experimenting with this more Chinese style where they're allowing their coach to just straight up draft for them, which I think is both good and bad. Like, it can have its drawbacks in that maybe sometimes your players are confused at what your overall game plan is, but the upside is your players don't have to worry about that whatsoever. They're just here to play Dota. It takes away that stress. So it remains to be seen, like, which way is better. You know, the Bulba style where you're kind of advising versus being there and taking control of the entire process.
Last pickup, we need some sort of carry that's good against Morphling and Void. That is going to be team fighting somewhat. There's no Phantom Lancer against the Morphling.
Wonder if he AMs.
AM's pretty bad hero, but we've seen it before.
Earlier.
Yeah.
Maybe they think it's back or something.
Yeah.
And what are your other options? PL's banned. If AM wasn't such a hero, I would have said anti-mage.
The OD. Yeah, that makes sense. OD versus Morphling.
Cool hero.
I knew there's always like one extra hero that's really good versus the Morphling.
Yesterday it lost though, right?
Yes, it did. And I do feel like that matchup past 35 minutes is like more favorable to the Morphling, even though the 1v1 is bad for Morph. the team fight aspect of it. The fact that Morphling is always able to just blow up a hero a lot faster than the OD can and just be able to get to the back line, like make it 4 versus 5.
One time I played against Raw Dota, and he had this idea that because he was so underfarmed, I had an OD on my team, and he was Morph. He's like, I'm just going to build all OD items and become like a pseudo.
Become the OD?
Yeah.
How'd that go?
Horribly. I think we won in like 22 minutes or something. But it was interesting, at least, like the thought of it.
I also think that this matchup used to be a lot worse for Morphling. Nowadays, because of the fact that your shift doesn't require any mana, really helps you out against all of these mana drainers. AM, Phantom Lancer, all those heroes are a lot less effective against the Morphling than they used to be. Yeah. He doesn't really have great things to turn into. It's actually mostly just the supports. Turn into a Nyx, Spike Carapace stun, turn into the Disruptor to get a glimpse kill.
Don't you feel if they aggro in this game, like it's a really difficult lane for OD? Because I think the one thing is, if OD gets a one-on-one matchup or like a one-on-two matchup and he's given a lead, he's very strong as a safe laner. Yeah. But it feels as though if he senses any sort of pressure, it feels very mediocre as a hero, and Fear going to get clipped by that Sunstrike early on, but EG already smoked up.
So what kind of... Because I think they want the Morphling and the Void to have solo lanes. Yeah. So do you think they're going to aggro, like some sort of aggro dual lanes with Viper?
Potentially. That looks like it is what they are doing. I really like this. I think you should go as aggressive as possible against the OD. What you probably want to do is, if I have to tell you how this game I think it'll go, is you give the Morph a slight lead over the Underlord, and he's going to dominate that lane. Yes. Because he will eventually get enough items and base damage that Underlord can't do anything. Then you start to move around and help out the other lanes. But you, as an AA, don't want to just like stick up at top.
Okay, but that's not the way that Evil Geniuses used their Morphling last time. Why do you think it's a little bit different? Because last time they gave that Morphling the lead, but they just entirely focused on split pushing. Like, he went the Boots of Travel build. He just entirely said, like, I am just going to farm.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Until...
I just think the laning phase-wise we're doing.
Okay.
And the way that it'll probably go is, like, Sumail... I think they probably rotate to his lane more than he rotates to any other lane.
That was unexpected.
But I like this idea that they're going to have.
I do not thank.
By the way, I kind of want to talk about... We have talked about Mineski some, but... we were having this interesting conversation at lunch with some people like Jack and stuff, and we were comparing EG to like, or Dota teams to like basketball teams. And we have this theory, me and Jack, that you can only have 2 superstars on any like 5-man roster because the egos become a little bit too much. So in this one, of course, like if you point to it, it'd be Sumail and Arteezy. And Fear is this guy that he'll never look flashy, but he'll do all the dirty work for you. And I think that's very important for a team because I often say that there's only so much farm on the map that you can distribute. So somebody has to look bad.
So do you think that Mineski has that balance?
Yeah, I think so. I think Mushi, I think for them it's more...
I was about to say, who's your other star? Because I would say Ice.
Ice almost definitely.
Is absolutely the star. But who's the other one?
I think Moon is the more flexible one.
Yeah?
I think Moon is the guy that can do it a little bit more because his hero pool at least lends to that idea.
Okay, so Sunstrike to be able to get the range creep, Moon, just making sure he's got that unlocked. So I would kind of agree with that. It feels like Moon is always able to play a lot of everything.
This means, by the way, from the core role.
Yes. So I'm going to postulate that you can have one superstar support.
Yeah.
But then again, you need one dependable guy.
Yeah. You need a Yapsor or like a GH in this kind of field to like compete.
Yeah. So and then in return, you need that sort of solid 5-position Kuro puppy.
Yeah. All the top teams have this like killer 4 position. And in this game, crits and Jabs. Jabs has been one of the more impressive ones here, as Arteezy might even go down here.
Yeah, that is way too much damage for him to handle.
Oh, that was fierce.
And instead of the Morphling having an early lead, it's going to be the Nyx Assassin giving Ice the lead, and he's going to be able to get that earlier Soul Ring, which you can already see has half the components for. If he's able to start spamming out the Firestorm against this Morphling, I think this could be a lane that Ice actually wins.
Yeah, and in mid, Sumail getting really aggressive on Moon. A guy who doesn't really practice the mid lane anymore, but
Still
Sumail.
going to be playing the mid lane here as well as later on today in the 1v1.
yeah. Although right now, doing okay in CS, even up with the Invoker. The Invoker has the net worth lead because of the bounty runes, but things are relatively okay. And we don't see very many mid laners without like high regen anymore
Yeah.
because of the removal of Poor Man Shield. But I think this matchup's probably okay-ish.
Crit just forces out TP away. Jump out from Arteezy, having a waveform away from Jabs. So this Underlord Nyx Assassin dual lane is proving to really be able to bully Arteezy quite a bit. He's 5 and 7 right now, more denies than he actually has last hits. So it's up to Evil Genius's aggro dual lane of their own with the Viper and the Dark Willow to be able to put the same kind of pressure out. And it doesn't seem like they're doing quite as well. Well, Viper actually has more CS than the OD, so I guess it is going quite well.
It's going okay. I think they wanted to go a little bit better though. It's not going nearly as well as this top lane.
They're not shutting out Mushi as well as Arteezy's being shut out.
If this is a pub game, Arteezy's saying like, "Get me out."
Yeah.
Like, this is not enjoyable for him to play it. The Nyx is Jabs is being really annoying. He's already pulled the creep wave. Like, if you would enable this pull, it actually messes with the safe lane so much on the side of EG. So Mineski's doing a very good job so far of doing all the little things correctly. Plus, by keeping this lane configuration, they're making it so that the Invoker, a hero that's very easy to gank, is being untouched and left in a pretty decent one-on-one.
Yeah.
Oftentimes, like, the reason why Invoker sucks is because you'll pick a hero like Bounty Hunter or Earth Spirit and just roam on him and he'll die.
Yeah.
But in this game, that does not exist.
TPN from Jabs. Now, he does get hit by the Brambles, but may still be able to catch a crit here with the glimpse back. They are going to be able to land that stun immediately. Gets off the Shadow Realm, goes for the TP out, and is going to be able to make it home. He's safe.
Wow.
So hard to kill that hero.
That is, I mean, it lasts for 5 seconds. Once you commit the stun, there's nothing you can do about that. A lot of single target on the side of Mineski, I just realized.
Yeah, and they do now know that the Underlord is going to be alone by himself top lane, but he's level 4. They are going to try and put pressure on him. G just immediately TPs out.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
No chance to get a kill.
Can
GZ,
they
of
kill
course.
Sumail? Leading in with the stun, they're going to get a lot of damage out on him. Sumail does not have the time walk. He's dead.
It's in fact the Invoker that's going to pick up a free kill, and this is a hero that you don't want to just enable their laning phase. And we talked about this. Mineski needs a very good laning phase with the type of heroes that they have. And they've got greedy heroes, but it is working because EG is also sort of a greedy team themselves.
Yeah.
They don't have a kill hero mid as Sumail is going to jump forward, try to break that clarity. Is successful. Cold Snap gonna tank some hits.
Do you think that was like a conscious strategy? Oh, it's the bash. No time dilation to slow down Moon though, so it's hard to get a solo kill here.
He'd have to be 6.
Yeah.
I think in the next, the second wave, he'll be able to get it, and maybe he makes an aggressive move onto this Invoker.
So you probably want like Jabs or somebody start hanging out around that mid lane.
Yeah, I think you can get another kill. Moon does have a mango, which I want to talk about a little bit. People have been going it a lot recently.
Yeah.
The double mango, do you notice that?
Yes.
And I think it's because people are starting to realize like clarity is a slower item. That's what the OpenAI sort of taught us too. But having a bunch of mangoes throws off a lot of your thoughts.
Radiant are scanning.
It's like a wand plus. It's nice. Just because 8 mana regen is almost always favored over HP.
And inherent regen as well is quite nice.
It's so much harder to get mana in this game. But Sumail's about to hit 6, and maybe he starts right-clicking soon.
Moon is just dominating this matchup now. He is getting every CS. Both the combination of the high exort levels giving him the extra right-click damage he needs, as well as the Forge Spirit being an extra boost for him.
And the solo kill doesn't hurt either. He's up to 36 CS, though. Misery is here. Doesn't have Cold Feet, and Jabs is going to appear too. But the bigger target is Moon. And that's why Jabs is here to protect this, because he knows that somebody might rotate in for Sumail.
He's going to abuse the fact that he knows there's a regen rune in the bottom lane. Checking out Ice 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 at top. He has that Soul Ring.
He wants to pull the lane.
Raindrop. is currently trying to push the wave out into the tower.
Yeah, he's trying to push the wave out into the tower. Then by the second wave, you drag the wave back, and your AA can come participate. But Jabs is going to sense this. Gonna find Misery. He's pinging right now. He wants a Sunstrike, but
Still go for the Chronosphere, but there's not a whole lot of damage to follow this one up. They do have the Dark Willow coming in. Moon actually is going to be in big time trouble and
That's
just
a lot
gets
of
blown
damage.
up. Now Sumail and Misery both low, but Jabs can't do enough to be able to threaten them. That was a lot more than I expected.
yeah, that Chilling Touch hit,
Yeah.
the Shadow Realm hit, that was fast. And they're gonna go for.
Oh, and he went the extra level in the Brambles as well,
That would explain it.
which is a little bit odd because I see pretty much almost all the time it's Shadow Realm
yeah.
for
The cooldown.
because it's 80 damage increase at every level.
Oh, look at RTZ.
Turning it into an Underlord. All right, that's a good way to take some farm.
If you can't beat him,
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
How long do you think he stays like
oh,
this?
Mushi.
Mushi,
At bottom, he's gonna die
still
for
going to
this.
die, though. They may have killed Fear, but they may lose 2 for it. Misery's trying to slow down Ninja Boogie as much as possible. The Urn is helping, but Ninja Boogie will get away with CP.
What in the world? Misery already has an urn. If they Spirit Vessel is going to be really value in this game, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, here comes the Sunstrike. Not quite enough damage. Arteezy starts morphing into strength.
He's trying to bait this.
Yeah.
Set up a kill, and he might
And
just
he's
grab
going
it.
to go for it. Jab's going to die.
And he's got the Shrine to go to. Very nice play.
Start morphing into agility, and he will get full HP and full mana out of this.
And this is what EG I think does best is they don't really set up kills. They let people come into them and get over aggressive. This is why oftentimes if you're an EG fan, you'll sweat things and you'll see that the kill score sometimes isn't in their favor, but they're still doing fine in gold.
But this is why Mineski kind of matched their greediness.
Yes,
right?
exactly.
With both an OD and an Invoker on their team, they don't feel that pressure to make these kills happen.
I think that's why they struggle with teams like Liquid, because Liquid also does a similar style, but they're just a little bit cleaner.
Yeah.
And teams like VP just punish it. It's either one or the other. You either outgreed them or you punish them by playing faster. And Mineski this game has kind of gone for like a hybrid. They do have 2 very aggressive supports
Yeah.
backed by 2 very passive cores. The Invoker, though, of course, like the Sunstrike, you just want to become a Sunstrike bot and hit neutral creeps.
And I kind of like that term. I hadn't heard of it before, but I don't watch a whole lot of MMA. Counterpuncher
Yeah.
feels kind of like
That's
it's
a
kind of the
boxing
style,
Middle
right?
tower is under attack.
In that you just let the
Yeah.
enemy come into you.
I used to say passive aggressive before I learned that term. It kind of works, you know?
Yeah.
You just like shout insults, but not really.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Arteezy has definitely done pretty well against this Underlord, but Ice has gotten a ton of farm as well, and he's going to be able to get a pretty early pipe.
Yeah, he's
Or no.
going for
Helmet
the
on.
helm.
Yeah. You think he
Everyone
gets,
going.
do you think pipe is the sustain item that he gets? It is, right? Like a Morphling and a Viper later on to the game?
Yeah, in the AA. Probably
There
going
actually
like
is so much magic damage from EG.
I think Pipe Crimson Guard is very valued this game. A combination of that would be sick. But if you notice in mid, Misery is already level 6. It's very
Yeah.
fast level 6. He wants to try to speed up his game a little bit. Sumail already has a Helm of Dom. They're going to try to go for the Chrono into the A Ice Blast. I'd imagine at bottom. That is indeed what is happening. Misery should start backing out soon so that they don't give away this gank attempt too hard, or maybe they don't even need him.
Well, Mushi seems to be pretty wise to it.
Yeah, he's privy to this.
They do have a nice ward that is revealing Sumail right now.
Yeah. And I think once
Oh.
Mushi hides there... Oh,
Mushi actually headed up to the top lane, but they couldn't kill Arteezy, and because of the fact he's an Underlord, he'll actually
clear the
stop a
wave.
lot of this push.
this is... I guess this is how you do it.
As long as he doesn't get hit by a stun here, and he
Radiant's
will
bottom
take the
tower
safer
is
route.
under attack.
Immediately going to wait for him out.
Radiant structures are
Has no
fortified.
HP. Got to be careful here. Does have 4 levels of the Morph, though.
Yeah, is someone going to give him a Tango, or?
He's got good passive regen
Yeah.
with the Purse and the Magic Wand. As Ice going to TP bottom to try to stop this.
He couldn't make the commitment for the tower, so somebody's got to defend bottom. Ice will be your man. Mineski currently up by a little bit of golds. All comes down to who finally finds this opportunity. They're going to go for the kill on crit. Do manage to land the stun. He gets off the Shadow Realm, and oh my goodness. That was one hell of a whiff there from Moon. I think he would have killed him if he hit that Sunstrike. And meanwhile, Chronosphere bottom lane, they do have the Ice Blast coming in. So the Underlord's going to be cut down pretty quickly with all the magic damage coming in. Ice, Ice, Ice will end up falling here. And Sumail gets the Time Walk ahead of that stun from
Ninja
Jabs.
Boogie, he's looking for it right now.
He's trying to get the glimpse, but are they really going to be able to take this? Well, yeah, they've
are.
got the OD. So now with the Sunstrike coming in, didn't quite claim the kill.
Feels
It's actually
bad.
Jabs who's the one takes it.
That's like the worst situation. When you're an Invoker and you set the Sunstrike, you actually want to be the KSer
Yeah,
in games like this.
especially since you're blowing so much mana. Stun is going to come out, has to dodge the brambles, but Arteezy's right on top of him, and they've got the extra damage coming out from the Dark Willow, and they're just going to run him over.
What an insane hero. They do not grab the tower, though. They're going to have to wait for this, but Arteezy's starting to get pretty farmed, and that was a kill that this Invoker could not afford to give up. He's the highest net worth in the game. That's going to set Arteezy just behind him. And imagine in this time dead, he's going to take advantage of this. And this is what I'm talking about. They don't have cores on the side of Mineski that necessarily create space for each other. That's why they're all in independent lanes, and it's the supports that are making the majority of the rotations. Like they're bringing the fight to them.
Evil Genius is going to go for a 4-man smoke up. Now, the Nyx Assassin was in this area recently. They're not going to run into him, though.
They're trying to go for, if they can just kill the Underlord here, who does have his ulti. Arteezy trying not to give this out.
They kill the Underlord, they take the tower, and they've caught him with the Smoke Ink. Not going to try for the Dark Rift, it seems. Feeling like there's going to be too much here. But now Mushi's going to join this fight, and he's actually getting a lot of intelligence. Going to be able to blow up Fear. Arteezy's quite low as well with no mana. Well, no, he's got a little bit of mana. So they end up trading 1 for 1.
Yeah, wrong hero. Oh, there's a really cool interaction, by the way, that we should note, too, is that when he is the Underlord, he retains the Atrophy Aura bonus damage.
Oh, okay. That's pretty sick.
I forgot about that. Really neat. That's going to allow him to hit pretty hard when he does go for the swap, as Arteezy tanking some damage here. Going to throw out.
Oh, caught him. And now, with the Ancient Apparition Ice Blast coming in, they're going to be able to take the Invoker down very easily. Moon just really in the wrong position there, and Crit snags him with his maxed out brambles.
You just can't take fights with Invoker.
Yeah.
This hero doesn't do anything for you, and I feel like this is a pretty big mistake from Mineski trying to get aggressive in this lane. This hero should just be in this area doing what Mushi's doing right now, hitting these 2 camps, getting the mid-wave when it comes in, farming Ancients with your Forge Spears until you get Aghanims, and allowing your 2 supports to get aggressive on the map for you.
Right.
But they might have just gone like a little bit too greedy with their 3 cores. So right now you're seeing the problem is that Moon feels like he has to make space for Mushi, but he's an Invoker.
Yeah. So while Moon may have been the space creator in plenty of other games for Mineski, he's got to take a more selfish role here.
Yeah, he's just got to farm.
Just leave his team out to dry. Crit's going to come forward, trying to get some damage onto the OD, just kind of poking at him, making him feel threatened, making him feel like he can't really pressure the tower like he wants to.
You notice, by the way, that both supports on the side of Mineski, they have to play together because they don't have that core to work with. So where it looks like EG can split up their supports when they feel like, because they've got more global presence in the AA, and their cores can enable kills. Like this Void, whenever he's got Chrono, can set up a kill. And it's not the same on Mineski's side. So their 2 supports, if you notice, are almost always together. And this is like something important to know, like how much your supports are able to get. That's why when you look at EG supports, they just have more levels because they're able to just go around the map, farm out waves by themselves. They can show in waves, whereas Mineski supports can't.
Yeah. Dark Rift into the pit, huh? He's going to just solo Roshan. It's a cute little play.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Ken?
Yeah, he feels like he's got the regen to be able to do this. He's going to allow the Satyr to be able to tank up.
Oh, this is really neat.
Yeah, because the Unholy Aura combined with the Helmet Dominator, he's got a ton of regen, so he can just kind of transfer back and forth.
Yeah, the Firestorm's percentage base damage is doing work here. This is one of the cooler Roche things that I've seen.
They're going to speed things up. Moon feeling comfortable going into the pick here. Doesn't think he's going to reveal anything, and he's absolutely right. A 17-minute Roche for Mineski.
That's cool. There's what are you supposed to do about that?
Yeah.
Nobody knew that.
I feel like I've only seen that in pubs.
Yeah.
The Underlord soloing Roshan.
Oh.
Moon is going to be caught by the Dark Willow. It's going to be a lot of AoE damage, but he'll still stay quite healthy, and he has an Aegis anyway.
Yeah,
So
no detection.
they're going to try and save this tower. Not going to be there in time, and immediately Hanamitis onto the Helmet Dominator creep. Now they're going to be pulled back by the Disruptor. Arteezy's going to be caught. Sunstrike's going to do a lot of damage, but not quite enough. He will manage to get the waveform out.
Had the morph going the entire time. Was not concerned about that. He's going to go to as low as HP as possible and pop his wand. That is indeed what he does.
And now he's at 50% HP. And going up pretty quickly, too, with all this regen. He did go for the Boots of Travel build again.
Oh, Jabs is trying to set up for this. They might even get the kill here.
Oh,
but he
he's
gets
going to
the
turn into an
Underlord.
Underlord. Sunstrike is going to come in, and nice pickup.
Very
All
well
this
done.
percentage-based damage coming out from the Underlord combined with the pure damage of the Sunstrike is a very potent duo.
This is what you need to do if you're Moon. Just hit neutrals, farm ancients.
Ice,
this
ice,
area.
ice. Going to be caught here. Oh, no. Sumail is actually going to be glimpsed out of his Chronosphere. So they're going to have a hard time, except for the extra support should be enough to be able to bring Ice, Ice, Ice down. They didn't have Dark Rift anyway, so couldn't really get out of there alive.
Was there any doubt? Willow is very farmed right now. She's got a Veil of Discord completed.
Yeah, she's big.
She's level 10, so all of her DPS spells, for the most part, are in a really good position.
And he's still not going for the maxed out Shadow Realm. Now he's going to go for the Cursed Crown.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Mostly because I think when people looked at Shadow Realm, they felt like both the damage and cooldown of leveling it, because it's 6 seconds. You compare that to Bramble, which is only 5 seconds less cooldown every single level. And then on top of that, it's more damage.
Oh,
But-
another kill. Arteezy's down.
Oh,
This support combo. Again, just know they move
Massive.
together. They're off the map. They're playing very fast.
Let's see what kind of
They're
trouble
setting up
we
for
can get
Moon, who
ourselves in.
is now like, okay,
yeah. Like,
I
he's
should not
back in this.
participate. I'm just going to throw Sunstrikes out and hit
Yeah.
neutrals. This is what this hero does.
7-8. Evil Geniuses may have a slight lead, but it does feel like Mineski are coming up in a big way. You could see that lead that Evil Geniuses has had is dwindling quite a bit. The combination of disables here is going to be hard to beat. The maxed out Brambles combined with maxed out Crown, that's like 5 seconds to disable or something. So they're going to get pretty easy pick off on Ninja Boogie and immediately pressure the tier 1 tower. So while Evil Geniuses may have been dealt a blow by Mineski, losing their Arteezy hero and then losing their top tower, Evil Geniuses do strike back.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Ice
attack.
Blast laid out. I think towards bottom.
Oh, they also read with that kill that there was a ward there, so
To have this.
that feels like that was actually like not really worth it all that much.
And they lost the mid tower though.
Yeah,
I think it's fine. If you get the mid tower, I think that play is genuinely just okay.
I just always hate losing a ward that you place right away
Oh,
for a
for sure.
support kill.
But you got the objective and you got a kill, right?
Yeah,
You're not too
Radiant
shaken
are
up about that.
scanning.
Mushi's just waiting in the wings right now. Has a blink and a force staff. It's actually pretty farmed in this game. A Ice Blast gonna come through Mushi though.
Dark Rift.
Oh! Sumail!
Oh, actually going to be canceled there. Meanwhile, Mushi completely dodging that Chronosphere. Back over to bottom lane. They are going to be able to get the Static Storm
Arteezy
onto
once
Arteezy.
again.
He's being ripped apart by the OD.
Oh, that has such a big effect. If they catch the OD, maybe they don't have the damage to kill
Oh,
the
absolutely.
morph because he did have a lot of stick charges. Mushi hit him quite a few times. Oh man, Sumail with a big
Dire's
whiff.
bottom tower is under attack.
Ice Blast.
Dire's structure
Trying to use it to defend right now, but still going to be caught. Good use of jabs.
Yeah, and
Making
this-
sure to catch him on the way out with the Ancient Apparition Ice Blast, getting clipped by Spike Carapace.
Yeah, and that one flub has such a
Dire's
ripple
bottom
effect.
tower is under attack.
That's the crazy part about Dota. You mess up once like that, and credit to Mushi too for being very fast. Stuff
gonna
like this
take-
happens.
A tier 1 and a tier 2.
You lose 2 heroes on top of that, and you don't have control.
That means we're going to have a lot of other items for the next team fight. Oh, nice. Alacrity
lot of
on the
damage.
Siege Wagon. It's going to get it down to about half HP, if not more.
Wow.
Curse
That tower's almost
Crown,
dead.
using it on the Siege Creep just to stop it from hitting the tower,
Oh.
preventing it from killing the tier 3.
Did you think it was going to do that much?
I did not.
That tower's got 200 health. It's 22 minutes in. Now the Invoker has an Aghanims and Booster Travel. You're sort of a hero now.
The
This
Battle of
is
the
scary
Cardis.
part. Yeah.
I actually, that is one thing. I was happy with the Siege Wagon buff. I thought Siege Creeps were too useless before. But boy, they it just means they are oftentimes really overpowered when it comes to these Helmet Dominator or Alacrity or all these other scenarios. You notice everyone in the Helmet Dominator, once that Siege Creep rolls
Again.
her out.
They're trying to set up on RTZ.
Teasy
He's
is
in the
just
trees. He's so close to his Lincolns. He's been close to his Lincolns, but Jabs has just been on him at all times.
he's got to find a safer place to farm.
And Ninja Boogie's coming over too. It needs to be the support duo. The support duo is enabling all of this right now. If you're giving credit to anybody on the side of Mineski, it's the support duo.
9-9, but a 4,000 gold lead for Mineski. They're staying nice and spread apart still while being able to get kills.
Yeah. And Jab's taking advantage of his 60 GPM, has the Midas. Misery, of course, opted to go for the 10% spell amp instead.
What is Ice doing with all his gold? He's got 3k gold. He definitely has enough to buy the pipe.
Maybe thinking about Crazy Radiance.
I'm not sure how I feel about that.
No, he just bought the pipe.
All right, good.
Good job.
And
is
he's
going
gonna go
for
Greaves.
I thought he'd go Crimson.
I think Greaves is a bit better here. I'm not sure how I like Crimson Guard against.
Isn't it
This
nice
lineup.
against Void and Morph?
It's nice against Void. Is it good against Morph?
I'm sure it's fine versus Morph.
is under
But
attack.
acceptable. This tier 2 tower is going to fall now, and Mineski, they looked,
Radiant are scanning.
it looked rough when they played VP, but pretty much everybody looks
Yeah, that's true.
rough when they're playing VP lately. Are looking very good against pretty much everyone else that they face, including Secret, and now this top push is coming in.
And look at this. The double armor on the creeps. It's going to take a while for them to actually kill it. I mean, the Forge Spirit get a lot of damage onto that tier 3. In the meanwhile, bottom tier 1 is going to be going down soon, but Mineski are going to try and take a fight out of this one. Leading with the Pen of Malice and just getting a bit of harassment damage, but Mineski really don't have that many heroes in. Now they're going to be caught by the Chronosphere. Locked in too, but Invoker pops out from the trees, doesn't really land any of his spells. He's going to be doing nothing apparently in this team fight. Nice stun, and now here comes Wuji with the ultimate. They're going to be able to take out Crit, but still, Arteezy's looking fine enough as a disguised Morphling.
That stun, though, from Jabs.
That
That's
was
the
huge.
kill. Yeah, he actually hit every single target, and Moon now.
Can we, like, what the hell was that play from Moon?
Do we have a replay function?
No, I don't think we do. Like, that was...
Scriff is saying we don't got a replay function.
Like, I'm not crazy, right? He just, like, straight up threw his Meteor and Sunstrike on absolutely nothing. I thought maybe, like, I had to do a double take and make sure there wasn't a hero that died there somehow,
Yeah.
and I just missed it. Moon's having a rough game.
Yeah. You think, like, Moon Meander watches this, and he's like, dude, you're giving us a bad name.
The Moon Bros.
The Moon Bros. And then Moo's just in there. That's our Western version of ice, and ice.
Moo, Moon, and Moon Meander.
Yeah. All right. So now they're pushing out top. This Morphling is getting pretty close to the E-Blade, which is going to be the next major pickup for him. But it does take some time. You need a build-up for it. And meanwhile, Mushi is going to go for a Hex to try to counter out this Morph.
Jab's doing a great job with this Blink Dagger. He escaped that sort of engagement in bottom lane. There was kind of like 4 heroes. He managed to get out of there. Just now, he runs into a sentry, blinks out before anything can be done to him. He's just getting a lot of information and setting up kills. Feels like this Nyx Assassin is having one of the most successful games we've seen here at DAC.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I said I wasn't a big fan of the hero, but he's been beast.
Oh, they're going to be able to catch him with a Pit of Malice follow-up stun, but Ghost Scepter, and they think better of going for this engagement anymore. Now the counter Pit of Malice is going to be able to catch the Ninja Boogie Disruptor, turns back into the Morphling now as he starts getting a little bit low. EMP is going to be able to catch Sumail, so he actually runs out of mana. He does have 17 Magic Wand Sticks, which he uses immediately just to make sure he has some mana to work with.
Yules, by the way, is the pickup for the Underlord.
Just that extra bit of survivability so you can do the Dark Rift.
Yeah, plus the double pit.
Yeah.
This game is a little bit weird now for EG because I think they anticipated being a lot stronger in this mid game. They, especially with the Viper and Void, they thought they were just going to set up for kills non-stop, but it's in fact this Disruptor and this Nyx Assassin who are the real kill squad.
So let's say 23 minutes from now, 50 minutes in, we have totally even net worth. Do you give an edge to one side or the other here? Because they both have two pretty greedy late game cores.
I think that most likely the AA ult is probably the AA Void ult combo is still like the strongest.
It's still like the biggest team fight impact of the game.
But I don't think it's that far.
Yeah.
Like this Invoker can just go off.
As can this OD we've seen.
Yeah. This is a very good game for pretty much all the cores. Aside from maybe like for
Mineski are about to take a tier 3 for free. Tornado just to toss some of the creeps up in the air, giving that extra bit of time, but a glyph goes down from Evil Geniuses. They do not want to be losing their shrine here.
Yeah.
Moon's going to try and throw some more Forge Spirits out, but...
It feels like a while ago, by the way, that I was saying that Crit has this early Veil. Remember at that top fight?
Yeah.
That was, what, like
Radiant are scanning.
12 minutes ago?
Do you think he's buying all the wards now so that Misery can get a finish up this 4-staff?
But it just goes to show, like, the item progression is definitely slowed down quite a bit for pretty much everybody on the side of EG.
Yeah.
Fear only has the Ags,
Dire's bottom tower is
identical to
under
Sumail,
attack.
who had such a fast Ags himself.
5-man smoke up. They're going to run into some heroes here. They're actually going into the pit. Jab's going to be hit by the Brambles. Now he's going to be able to turn around, get the stun, manage to hit the stun, but Arteezy actually comes in after it, and now they're going to be able to get the Chronosphere into the back line on two of these heroes with the Ice Blast following up. Arteezy dropped a little bit low. He's an OD now, imprisons himself to try and protect. Meanwhile, Sumail barely time walks off that damage. Back over to Arteezy, who's now stuck inside the pit, is going to be caught by all this damage from the OD. They're trying to lay as much into him as possible. Mushi comes back in to take on Fear. Mushi backed out for a moment and then pounced as he saw the extra kill to be able to grab, and they're going to be able to take all four heroes of Evil Geniuses. It's only Sumail who got away with just a sliver of HP. The only one who's going to survive through that engagement.
That was unbelievable spellcasting from every single person on the side of Mineski, by the way. He gets the glimpse off, so he doesn't die to the Void. No one's hitting the backline supports. The major Chronosphere, that major teamfight spell, not really utilized to its full potential. Both supports on the side of Mineski managed to live. Ninja Boogie gets off every single one of his abilities.
Oh, Sumail still going to be caught here. He has no mana, but a blink.
That's
Looks like he will get away.
And that's stunned by jabs. They ran into it again.
Yeah.
That set up for the Disruptor ult onto 3 different heroes. The support combo from
Dire's
Mineski
middle tower is under
is
attack.
playing out of their minds right now.
Okay, so do you think that Sumail can Chronosphere these supports like that?
You can if you can
kinda
blow
fe-
them up.
Okay.
But
Because I
once
kind
they
of
use
feel
their
like he needs to
spells-
focus on either hitting OD or Invoker.
I think it's okay if you turn it into like a 3v5 fight instantly.
Mm.
But the problem is that Jab's got a really nice stun off. Ninja Boogie gets his glimpse, he gets his ult, he gets his
Yeah.
entire
Dire's
toolkit off.
bottom shrine
Plus,
is
they
under
position
attack.
themselves in this top area, so it's not easy for EG to walk through. You see what Ice did in that fight? If you had a replay, he walks in front of them to
Yeah.
create this like wall where he protects them. He's like, if you're gonna run through and get to them, you have to get through me first. That's just such good positioning by the entire squad.
Dire's
And now a
top
Scythe of
shrine
Ice for
is under
Mushi.
attack.
This is looking like Mineski could close this out pretty quickly here, especially if they continue to get these pickoffs on Arteezy, and they do.
That is his
302
6th
gold. Mineski on quite the tear now. Uh-oh. Mushi going to be caught here, hit by the Ice Blast. Going to go for the imprisonment play and has a blink up. There's a lot of AoE damage. He will manage to blink ahead of it. Gets a little
Oh, is he
distance,
gone?
though. The Ice Blast is not going to take him out,
Ooh.
and he will survive. Great play from Mushi.
Mushi, not the healthiest man right now, but they might just go for the push instead. Anyways, because Arteezy is still down for 30 seconds.
Dire's
They have roughed him up in this game, 2, 6, and 3. Moon TPing in now.
I love that. A great split push up to the top lane, drawing a lot of heroes, and now TP's bottom. And then look at Mushi. He's always playing into the side here, making sure he's never the one initiated on. Sunstrike going to land onto the Dark Will, down to about half HP. He's going to have to heal up as a result.
Look at
Meanwhile, Jabs positions himself right in the front. He's got an Aeon Disc. They can't really go on him either.
And that's going to be the counter to the Chrono. One of the better ways to do it, too.
Dire's bottom shrine is under attack.
Jab so far, he's making me a believer into this Nyx Assassin.
Bottom shrine has
And it
fallen.
helps because of the Disruptor.
Yeah.
Ninja Boogie almost has an Aghanims himself. No GPM talent on this hero, just sheer amount of not dying. He's got 2 deaths in this game.
Invisibility.
Been a part of the majority of the kills, too.
I think this combination just seems to make this game really difficult for Sumail. The fact that Jabs is always playing super far forward, as well as, I guess, Ice, Ice, Ice. And then the fact that Mushi just plays super far back. They are going to be able to catch the support here. Chronosphere could be used on just the Disruptor kill. That being said, Sumail does have the Aghanim Scepter, so he's kind of willing to use it, since he'll have the Chronosphere back up in about 50 seconds.
You see Arteezy, by the way, has the BKB queued up because I think he feels that the timing on the E-Blade is so late.
Yeah.
He might still end up going for it the closer he gets to the gold anyways, but Mineski are taking advantage of this hero.
And really taking advantage of all of these siege creeps that they keep on dominating, as well as
Might
the
just
Force
kill him
Spear
again.
pushes. Misery trying to get away.
All right, they're missing like everything.
Yeah.
Mushi missed like 4 right clicks there too, but it doesn't matter. Misery's gonna go down anyways.
Viper Force Staff, huh?
Yeah, he's had it rough here. No space created for pretty much anybody on the side of EG. It started with Mineski getting that sneaky Roche,
Yeah.
and they were so clean about finding Arteezy over and over again. They didn't just let this Morph play the split push game. Their 2 supports never showed on the map. They were very active. They sacrificed levels early on so that they could set up.
I love this gem pickup for Mineski. It's very clear they have a gigantic lead. In fact, there's 20,000 gold lead right now. But they've got very clear control of the map. They feel pretty good about their team fights right now. If they just take away the vision from Evil Geniuses, if they don't have good vision of where this OD or Invoker is, they're not going to be able to get those kind of jump-in Chronospheres that wins team fights.
Now this Invoker has an entire Octarine core, by the way, completed.
Oof.
And although Moon has missed some spells, the rest of his team is making up for some of this, putting themselves in a position to hit this tower at least a little bit more.
He also made that adaptation, right, where he just started playing a lot greedier.
Yeah, I like
Continued
that.
to farm.
He was going for that initial push, he just dies, and I think he snapped out of it and said, can't do that.
It's like, I forgot. I'm an Invoker, not a Mirana, not a...
The coolest part, though, by the way, about that Roshan decision
Yeah.
was that it made it so that the part of the game where EG should have been the strongest, it slowed them up because they were more reluctant to take fights. The gold lead wasn't there.
Yeah.
Mineski picked that up for free. It means that the Invoker gets to just farm.
Yeah, they can't go for like a Chronosphere gank on this Invoker.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that was such a smart decision. At bottom, Fear.
They're going to go for this push. Fear is going to get blown up. Mineski are not going to push their luck too much, but they've got this nice 2-1-2 setup where they are pressuring all the lanes at once and getting more and more chip damage.
And now this OD is so stat heavy. He's got 2,700 health, a ton of armor to go along with that. Has
Yeah,
a bunch
with
of
the-
kill items.
The Shiva's coming in. He'll be even tankier.
Yeah. Ninja Boogie's got that Ags, which is going to be so good against the Morph. Does finish the BKB finally, but I don't even know if that enables him to fight due to this Aghanim Scepter Disruptor.
It just seems near impossible for Evil Geniuses to be able to win these engagements now.
Yeah.
It's just purely the fact that the Invoker and OD are so big and so tanky now that I'm not even sure if the right kind of Chronosphere Ice Blast will secure the team fight for EG. They're up by 23k right now, probably just waiting until the next Roshan for another high ground push.
This is a very important game, by the way, for people that haven't been following. VP have secured themselves the top 2 no matter what, but whoever wins this would be the other team that would join them with only 1 potential loss. And so they would be I think somebody told me earlier it was like top 8 guaranteed.
Yeah.
It's a pretty big advantage though.
Yeah, if you get top 2 in your group, you are top 8.
So you get some points and at bottom
Automatically
again.
TBC points, and they can't afford. Oh, the Force Staff actually gets him out of the Static Storm. Now the BKB is going to be activated. Arteezy looks to be able to grab whatever kill he can out of this situation. Being forced to use his BKB like that never feels great.
Misery though was so fast.
Yeah.
With that Force Staff. Definitely saved his life there. Would have been a kill otherwise. Crit just trying to clear up the creeps. And
Oh,
bottom,
Shiva Scythe of Ice.
a stun
Nice
again.
stun follow-up, and Arteezy's dead. He's dead for
Jabs.
70 seconds, too, so Evil Geniuses, they are probably going to be losing another lane of racks here.
They just went
Oh,
for the
nice.
boost.
Dropping the bomb onto Misery, trying to dodge some of that damage. Tornado's not going to land
that is-
either. Sunstrike, that doesn't land either. I feel like I'm saying that a lot about Moon.
It's okay.
Rough guy. Ice Blast, they're going to go for a kill on Ice, but he still has half Boots of Travel support coming in. Yule Scepter's going to be able to buy him some time.
pipe.
Time dilation. Samael needs to try and get out of this one, but he's
Nice
locked out for
pit.
too long. It's the Cold Snap plus the Pit of Malice, but he jumps forward now. Continuing to go for the kill. Nice, paralyzed, but the Face of Void is going to be blown up by the Nyx Assassin. Now Misery having to deal with the OD, and in turn, Moon is going to be able to take on Crit pretty easily. That's going to be all 5 dead from Evil Geniuses, and that should be the end of the game right here, as they only have 2 buybacks to be able to push out. And they've already lost 1 lane of racks.
That was... it looked like Moon just auto-attacked, but the rest of his team was so on point. Jabs, it feels like he did not miss a single stun. Every single one of those felt impactful. I know we don't have the production ourselves to do so, but this guy was my definite MVP. 2-1 and 15, the support duo from Mineski. They
Crazy
were straight
good.
up killers.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that this Mineski, I mean, the fact that they were able to look so dominant against Evil Geniuses and they still were not playing at their absolute peak, looked like Moon, we obviously highlighted it a couple times. A little bit of a rough game, but the fact that they were able to just dominate EG like that without him landing some of those spells,
Oh, that was
really, really high hopes for Mineski here.
I think the coolest thing they did is they never let this Morphling get online.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of times he'll gank once or twice, but they were on top of him at all times. They're like, what they did is they said, "Fear beat us. Let this face this way."
Yeah, let's see this Viper take on the
Yeah.
OD late game.
Let's do it. Let's have this game. We'll let the Viper go completely untouched. We know that the real centerpiece of your strategy is Arteezy. We're gonna skip this in Viper entirely. We're gonna ignore the Void. You can have the best games possible. If we can slow down the Morph, we're going to win this game. And,
they outplay the Void as well, right? With Mushi just always playing super deep in the back line. I don't think he got hit by a Chronosphere once in this entire game.
He did that one time. Well, maybe not. Did they just find him normally? Remember when he blinked out?
Oh, yeah, and he blinked away from that one.
Yeah.
But he didn't get hit by the Chronosphere.
That time at top had the most disastrous set of effects. Like, if there's a moment in Dota that you can, like, point to and say, like, that led to everything else. It was that one maneuver at top when Sumail goes to the Chronosphere, he misses.
Yeah.
They lose Arteezy at bottom. They lose a tier 2. They lose their AA. Their tower at bottom gets down to 54 HP. That was the most disastrous 3 minutes of Dota I've seen for EG in quite some time.
And as a result, well, Mineski, I think both these teams have been kind of in that like tier 1.5 area where they're not quite tier 1 with the rest of the big dogs, but they're definitely ahead of many of the other teams. And Mineski just definitely solidified themselves a little bit higher here in this best of 1, and they're now top 8 at DAC. Good times for Mineski. We are going to be back. What's our next game? You said it's Secret versus whatever. You will show up on stream.
Is it Secret VP? Is it the Pain Effect game?
IG versus VGJ Thunder.
Okay.
And then we're going to have the fun one, which is Pain Gaming versus Effect.
Don't sleep on that one.
Yeah, don't sleep on that one.
Please join us for that one.
Absolutely. It's going to be a fun cast. I can promise you that. We'll be back after a short break.